this is Cara Crittenton, and I am doing my Unit 10 assignment. And I realize that 3 minutes goes really quickly, so let me just start with the questions. What do you see as society's great challenges and opportunities for digital communicators? So one is digital media facilitates social interaction and empowers people. It allows people to have a voice. Many people access social media platforms to express empathy and receive support from friends and family members, including in times of emotional distress. According to a Pew Research study, 57% of teens state that they have made new friends online, and 83% state that social media makes them feel more connected and informed about their friends' lives. So, recently during the pandemics, my family and I have been able to connect with each other using social media, and it's also, of course, a great way to do business and things like that. Number two, digital media gives people a voice and increases civic participation and facilitates the creation of communities. Digital media has also enhanced information sharing across the world, giving people much greater access to facts, figures, statistics, etc. For instance, during the recent pandemic, there was a survey done that showed that most people found out about it through Facebook, which is actually how I found out about it. So, number three, digital media is changing how work gets done, boosting productivity, enhancing flexibility for workers and employees. Just things that didn't exist a few years ago, like Uber and different apps where people were able to actually create a living just by using their phone. For instance, I've created a social media management company, and most of the work that I do is done online and through digital media. So we're seeing opportunities that didn't even exist a few years ago. And let's see, number three, challenges that I see. Unfortunately, the same platforms that can be used to empower people can also be used to disempower them through things like cyberbullying, scams, even tampering with the democratic election process, as we saw in the presidential campaign of 2016. No matter which side you came down on, we know that our elections were tampered with. So those are some drawbacks. Digital media does give people a voice and increase civic participation, but it also can fuel the fires for intolerance and discrimination and civil unrest. In the recent events we've seen, such as the George Floyd killing in Minneapolis, sparked national and international debate and protests. And then on the positive side, there was also rioting, looting, and things like that. So it has helped to create awareness and also institute policy changes. So, there's good and bad in everything. Digital media is changing how work gets done, boosting productivity and enhancing flexibility for workers. However, with all this productivity and apps comes social media, the ultimate distraction. Over 55% of employees said that social media at work is either somewhat or a significant distraction for them. So that's a big deal. Actually, workplace distraction, because of digital media, costs the country about $650 billion a year. So that is, a big deal. How can people become more critical media consumers? Well, one of the things we can do is practice critical thinking. Critical thinking means looking beyond the surface of any argument and considering the underlying issues that may be present. It's easy for us to look at a headline and have an immediate reaction. Another thing is that we can analyze data. We can see that statistics can be misleading and polls can be misleading, and being an informed media consumer requires considering all of the data and looking within the context of the bigger picture. Fortunately, platforms like Facebook and Twitter are capturing more and more fake news and misleading information and sending us alerts. And then we can also fact check and understand our own biases. What strategies will you apply to become a more effective communicator in your personal and professional life? One of my favorite quotes is by Dr. Stephen R. Covey, and it's "Seek first to understand, then to be understood." In his landmark book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he stated that people are usually looking to respond to what's being said rather than looking to understand what's being said. So one of the things I'll do is continue to do that. I'll continue to try to seek first to understand and then to be understood. Another thing I will do is apply the think method, which is before you speak, before you post, before you do anything, think. Number one, T, is it true? H, is it hurtful? I, is it illegal? N, is it necessary? And K, is it kind? And I think that we need to employ that think method now more than ever. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I really tried to get to all of the answers to the questions, and that's it.